Tonight, the store owner was moved to tears as she described what happened. News 6's Jerry Askin is live inside the store on North State Road 434 in Altamont Springs. So, Jerry, what a mess there.
You know, ladies, what a mess. In fact, as you mentioned, the owner was in tears today. She told me here at June Beauty Supply, thieves took about $40,000 worth of wigs and jewelry from her store here. Thankfully, the whole thing was caught on camera, and she's hoping someone knows something.
I'm hoping as a result of me doing this, the public, somebody will know who these people are, and they'll be caught.
An emotional plea for help. June Moore wants the 4 masked thieves here in this video seen ransacking her beauty supply store around 2:30 Wednesday morning to pay.
My goal is to get them caught and press charges.
She owns June Beauty Supply here in Altamont Springs, and she told me this hurts.
It's just hard to work hard, and they just come in and do this. It's not right.
And look at this man seen holding a crowbar that Moore says was used to break in. Once inside, the guys could be seen taking high-end custom-made wigs, hair bundles, and jewelry, and then driving off in this black SUV. And Moore told me she hopes that someone will recognize the people seen in that video, especially after expensive wigs like this one were stolen. And she told me she believes her business may have been targeted.
They went exactly where they needed to go, the most expensive things, and that's what they took.
Help us identify these subjects.
This coming after video showed a similar break-in not far away at Sassy Sisters Boutique back in December. Police say in that case, thieves stole $13,000 worth of wigs.
That is something that the investigators will look into. At this time, it's too early to tell whether or not they're connected.
Back here at June Beauty Supply, the owner has a message for the guys who stole from her.
Get a job, work, do something. I don't know how they can sleep at nights doing what they do. Obviously, they don't sleep.
Yeah, back live here at June Beauty Supply, and police say they're adding patrols here in this area. If you can recognize the men seen in that video, you're asked to call the Altamont Springs Police Department or Crime Line right away. You may be eligible for a cash reward of up to $5,000, and you can remain anonymous. We're live here in Altamont Springs in Seminole County. I'm Jerry Askin, getting results. News 6. Well, no one was hurt, thankfully, but the owners here are devastated. You can see there's so much debris here left behind. Even part of the building's foundation is still standing. And to make matters worse, it's the second fire here in less than 2 months.
They say that God doesn't put more on you than you can handle, and I truly believe that, but I'm close to my breaking point.
Owner Susan Bavelli can't believe the historic seashell house here on Highway 441 in Lake County is now no more. An overnight fire destroying the family-run business that's been here for more than 50 years.
What a mess.
Bavelli walks around the property trying to see what, if anything, she can salvage. She and her husband owns the gift shop, best known for its seashell collection, many of them now destroyed.
Very upsetting. I'm very angry. I'm beyond angry.
Angry because she told me she believes the fire may have been set intentionally. No word now on an official cause, but I'm told the state fire marshal's office has now taken over the investigation. It's also coming as another part of the building caught fire back in December. The cause of that fire is still unknown. You can still see debris left behind from that overnight fire and even some of the seashells here. Investigators spent the morning working to find a cause and putting out the hot spots.
Upon arrival, it was fully involved, and we moved into a defensive mode.
2 massive fires here in less than 2 months, and the owner tells me the damages are almost $200,000.
There was no insurance, unfortunately, because the building was too old.
And the owner said the gift shop here hasn't been fully operational in about 3 years. Again, the state fire marshal's office will determine the official cause of fire. News 6 will keep you posted. I'm Jerry Askin here in Lake County, getting results. News 6.
Right now, flags are flying at half-staff to mark 4 years since the deadly shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. 17 people were killed Valentine's Day 2018 when a former student walked onto campus in Parkland and opened fire. While moments of remembrance take place today, there are also calls at the federal level to do more to address gun violence. News 6's Jerry Askin joins us now live in studio with that. Jerry.
Hey, Ginger, and the parents of one of those victims traveled to our nation's capital today pushing for more gun legislation. The father, in fact, even getting arrested amid his calls for change. This coming in light of a nationwide day of prayer, service, and tributes for those 14 students and 3 staff members who died on Valentine's Day 4 years ago. Here are the victims' faces, their legacy still living on after that 2018 Valentine's Day massacre at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. In Broward County today, 17 doves were released outside of a community wellness center and a moment of silence held at several schools as the victims' names were read aloud. Aaron Fife. It's a pain that Patricia Oliver says still hurts.
Really, every day remind us the pain.
Her son, Joaquin, was one of the victims killed on that somber day. Today, she and her husband traveled to D.C. fighting for gun legislation and continue demanding action from White House leaders.
They have to care how many people is losing by gun violence every single second of the day.
Her husband, Manuel Oliver, was even arrested this morning after climbing part of his construction tower outside the White House. His message, the gun violence has to stop.
I would like to see changes that improve our safety.
Meantime, Nicholas Cruz, who was a former student, pled guilty last October to killing 17 people during that tragic day. He also apologized for his actions. But still there are people like Patricia Oliver left to grieve, knowing she'll never see her son again.
You don't want to be in our body feeling and suffering the tragedy and the loss of a loved one.
President Biden releasing a statement late today saying in summary, his administration has put together a comprehensive plan to reduce gun crime. He said he's also asked Congress to pass a budget to include an extra $500 million for plans he says will reduce violent crime. You can read his full statement right now at clickorlando.com.